Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. My name is Craig. Welcome to my shop. Today we're going to talk a little bit about why is my car shaking. Driving down the road and the steering wheel it feels like it's rocking back and forth, or when you apply the brakes you can feel a little bit of a shudder or something of that nature. Something's not quite right. So here's a few things that you can look at. So the first is, I kind of touched on it a little bit in the intro, is your brake rotors themselves. Your brake rotors are basically what your brakes clamp onto when you're stopping to slow you down. A vibration, you'll feel it when you're applying your brakes, you'll feel it in the steering wheel, and it could be a sign that one of your rotors is actually warped, meaning it's not straight anymore. It's got a little bit of a kink in it from overheating, or just a bad rotor in general can cause it. So that's one way that you can determine whether it's the shaking. If it's when you're braking, then you know it's probably a rotor or something with those brakes. Hi, how you doing? The second item are your tires. Are they properly inflated? Are they balanced? Your tires can tell you a lot. Balancing your tire, make sure that when it spins, it stays steady, meaning that it doesn't, most rims and or tires are a little bit out of whack, and when they spin, it could be a vibration like that. And you want to make sure that your tires are rotated, or I'm sorry, not rotated. You want to make sure that your tires are balanced and that everything is good. You've got good tread, you've got the proper oil or air pressure, everything is going well with your tires, and that way you know that it's not your tires that are doing that shaking. So that's another thing that can cause that shaking in your steering wheel. The next one is your suspension itself. Your shocks could be bad. The bushings, there's bushings all over the place on these front ends. They could be bad. Any of those things could cause a vibration in the front end if these bushings aren't tight and are just worn out. You'll see a lot of them where you look at them and they're all cracked and nasty looking. That's an indicator that it's a bad bushing, and that's an indicator that you need to get it replaced. That could be causing your issue. But for example, if this bushing were bad, this whole suspension part would actually move, and that would cause vibration, not to mention it's unsafe as heck. You want to make sure that your suspension is in good shape and there's no worn or just missing bushings. So it's easy enough to go under there and look. You'll see any of them that have big cracks or big chunks missing out of them, you know is a bad bushing. You definitely want to replace that. And the last one that could cause that vibration when you're driving is just a basic engine misfire. If your engine isn't acting right, when you're going down the road, you're going to feel it through your steering wheel. Pay attention to that, because it could be one of those things. Your engine misfiring or just not running right can cause a vibration too. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. Visual inspections on all this other stuff will allow you to determine if there's an issue, especially with bushings and that type of thing. You can see it. If you look in on your rotors and you can see them kind of bent a little bit, I know sometimes it's really hard to see that, but if you're driving down the road, you step on the brakes and you feel a vibration, you got a problem. You need to probably replace your rotors. I know the last time that I replaced rotors in one of the cars, that was what the problem was, is the rotor was warped. Overheating those rotors can cause them to do all kinds of crazy things, so you definitely want to replace them when it's time, along with your bushings and anything else, and especially with an engine misfire. You can go back on one of my videos, and there's a few reasons for engine misfires. So go back and take a look at that and see if you can deduce what's wrong with your engine just by listening to it. So that's pretty much the wrap up on this. If you do watch this video and you do have any other ideas or anything that would cause vibrations in your vehicle, definitely put them down in the comments so that those that are watching this video can go down there and read through the comments and figure out anything that you've run into with your car. do be kind and gentle, because a lot of the people that are watching these videos don't really understand the level that you do. Even me, for that example. So if you do have ideas, definitely leave it down in the comment sections and help the people that are watching this video understand more about why their car does what it does. If you like this content and you want to learn how to save money, definitely subscribe, follow my channel, give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. But do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.